Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bonfire Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife, or as I like to call it, Ghostbusters The Force Awakens, because both movies are identical. Both movies have the old cast as themselves, and they're old and pathetic, while you have new characters coming in that are fucking annoying. In The Force Awakens, we have Rey, who can do anything, and in Ghostbusters Afterlife, we have Phoebe, who can do anything. She's even worse than Rey. She is a 12-year-old girl who knows how to work with nuclear technology. So, before I get into the massive amounts of negative things I have to say about this movie, I have maybe two good things to say about this movie. Well, three maybe. One, I like Paul Rudd. I thought he was great. Two, uh, the graphics or CGI, whatever, it looked pretty good. And three, Bill Murray is great as always. I mean, at the end when he shows up and he has a few jokes and they're funny. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, on to the bad. This movie, it jams nostalgia and references down your throat. It shoots them in your face. And like they said in on Red Letter Media, this movie is basically nostalgia porn. It is bukkake, and it just shoots hot fucking foam references in your face, just constantly. Here are a few of the references that I happened to catch, and I wrote down. All right. Remember stacked books? Remember Ecto 1? Remember the crunch bar that Bill Murray gave to Egon? Remember Gatekeeper and the Keymaster? Remember Zool? Remember Gozer? Remember arms coming out of the chair? Remember Evo Shandor? Remember who you gonna call? Remember the helmet in Ghostbusters 1 that the Keymaster wore? Remember the fire pole? Remember Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man? Remember spores, mold, and fungus? Remember our heroes in jail? Remember maps and legends? Remember the commercial that they made? Remember Ray's occult books? Remember Switch Me On? Remember the gold dress that Sigourney Weaver wore? Remember Revelation 6:12? Remember the zombie ghost that drove the cab? Remember Are You a God? Asked by Gozer to Ray. Remember Aim for the Flat Top? Remember the soundtrack? Yes, all those things are in the movie, and I'm sure there's more. Except I am not what you call a huge Ghostbusters fan. I never saw the cartoon. I've seen like Ghostbusters 2 like maybe two or three times, not much. Uh, I saw the first one quite a few times. It was good. But yeah, this movie, I mean, yeah, like I don't know like anything other than those two movies. I don't know anything about the behind the scenes shit. I never bought any or never really collected any of the toys or whatever. Uh, Ghostbusters was before my time. By the time I was growing up, Spider-Man and stuff like that was big, and yeah, I don't think they had Ghostbusters toys, on the shelves. Anyway, so yeah, that's a lot of fucking references. I wrote a few things down about characters. Uh, for instance, our main character, Phoebe. And God, do I hate this character. Phoebe is a 12-year-old girl who is a Mary Sue and is just essentially a tiny Ray. She can do anything, and she, I don't think, ever gets hurt. Uh, she is somehow a genius at the age of 12. I mean, I don't think there's any kid in the world that can do this shit. She fucking repairs and works on nuclear technology, which she learns nothing about. She just goes downstairs, finds the proton packs and the traps, which could be filled with dangerous ghosts, and she just fucking starts pulling it apart. So, and as we learned in Ghostbusters 1, in the elevator scene, they talk about how those proton packs are nuclear, and whenever Egon switches Ray's pack on, he backs away like, oh shit, this is radioactive, But in this movie, I guess they forgot that because the little girl takes it apart. There's probably nuclear material in there or something. Who the fuck knows? But no, she's fine. It would have been funny if something bad had happened to her. I mean, I get they can't kill her off, but it would have been fucking hilarious if when she ripped open that, proton pack, like she just melted or something, or like started feeling sick later on in the movie, and they were like, "You have radiation sickness," and she's like, "Oh, I don't know how I got it," and then maybe have the CGI or Egon, in the corner laughing like, I'll get to CGI Egon. I mean, good lord, what were they thinking with this? Anyway, I also wrote down, no kids act like this. In this movie, these kids, they don't act like normal kids. Their age, I should say. I mean, especially the girl, but the teenage kid, Finn, he acts somewhat normal, but at the same time, not really. Let's see. Oh, for some reason, they put the kids in jail, which I don't know how that works. I mean, I get that they shot up, a bunch of buildings and stuff with the proton packs, and that's another thing that really annoys me. Is you have this great car, the Ecto One, and Finn, he fixes it up somehow. I don't know. I was confused, like in that scene, because he can't get it to work, yet I think Egon did something. It looked like something dripped or something. I don't know. I couldn't quite tell what happened. And then the car starts. So once it starts, he fucking starts driving it like a madman. And yeah, a kid would do that, but at the same time, people like me in the audience are thinking, get this fucking kid out of the fucking car. I mean, it's disrespectful. He's fucking it up. I mean, even at the end when Winston Zeddemore comes in and he looks at the car and he's like, "Good God, what have they done to you?" And yes, that is exactly how we feel. These fucking kids ruin everything. God, I hate these kids. I hate them so much. Oh, and don't get me started on that fucking podcast kid. For some reason, that he has no name. Just, they call him Podcast. I mean, he's not even famous for having a podcast. Apparently, he has one subscriber, and apparently, it's fucking what do you call it? Or what's his name? Ray? Yeah, yeah, right. I don't fucking believe that for a fucking second. I mean, come on. Anyway, this kid, I don't even know where to start with him. He's like that weirdo kid in school that nobody wants to be friends with. Not even like the geeky girl, Phoebe or whatever. Like he acts so fucking weird. He would be getting bullied constantly, but I don't know. I mean, this movie is so weird because like they act like there are some bullies in this school, but not really. I mean, they make a few jokes like, "Oh, uh, how's it going, Romeo?" I mean, okay. How about, y'all go over there and if you're jealous, fuck him up, maybe push him around, embarrass him, pull his pants down, some shit, do something. Anyway, let's see. Okay, yeah, this is another thing that I've noticed in the movie. Everyone dresses like it's the 1980s or the 1990s. No one is wearing any kind of like what do you call it? You know, shit, I can't think of the word. They're not wearing modern clothes. That's it. They're wearing shit that you would see like either in the late 80s or early 90s. Like for instance, Phoebe wears this weird little getup. It's like overalls with shorts. I mean, I haven't seen that in forever. Um, I saw some kid wearing a metallic or a Nirvana shirt. I think there was some kids wearing some flannels, and I'm thinking, what the fuck, What year is this? Are we going for nostalgia or something, but not realism? I mean, I don't know. This movie fucking pisses me off. All right. Also, I wrote down Finn has no personality, and yeah, I stand by that statement. He has no personality. Excuse me. Need a drink. My throat's getting a little dry. Okay. Alright. Also, damn it. Damn, my throat's dry. Okay. The mom is a deadbeat who can't or who won't get a job. Okay. In the movie, the mom is I don't even know how to fucking put it. Like she is trash. I mean, I didn't really so much have a problem with her as like I didn't find her annoying. I found her to be uh I don't know, like a millennial or something, like I feel like she was irresponsible, just a real, loser. Like, basically, she wants to latch on to Paul Rudd's life so he can take care of the family. Because in the movie, like I said, she doesn't look for a job. They're poor. Um, I don't know how they have money unless when Egon died, he left them some. And but yeah, at the beginning of the movie, they get evicted from their apartment because she doesn't ever pay her rent. And I can see, why that guy wanted her out of there because, I mean, throughout the entire movie, this woman has a presence of she just doesn't know what the fuck is going on. She's like miserable, horny, I guess. She's like, I'm looking, basically just looking for a man. She's white trash. I mean, she doesn't come on like real strong to Paul Rudd, but I get that. I get that feeling. She's like those moms that you might see sometimes. They're usually either single moms or unhappy moms, and they're just looking to fuck. I don't know how many of y'all have come across that. I have seen a couple. Okay. Let's see. Paul Rudd is a Ghostbusters man-child. So, in the movie, Paul Rudd is one of the only fucking people in the world who remembers the Ghostbusters. I don't know why, because if you think about it, okay, let's go back to the first Ghostbusters. Uh, they get famous. They're on Larry King and several talk. Or no, I don't think they were on Larry King. Larry King just talked about them. I think they were on some other talk show or something. They were on like Time magazine and everything. Um, they saved New York and well, they saved the entire world actually from Gozer or whatever. And then come to Ghostbusters 2. They saved the world again from, I don't remember the guy's name. He was like in a painting or something. And basically, they had to animate the Statue of Liberty with the goo. And I'm sorry, but you're telling me that the entire fucking world just forgets about this? No. No one would forget this. That would be the equivalent of someone forgetting 9/11 or if or the Roswell incident. The Roswell incident is so fucking small compared to those two movies that you think because Roswell, like it, to me, it was a big deal. Some people don't believe in it. I personally do. But, you know, even if, like, there are people who don't believe in it, they still remember that. If you say Roswell, people automatically think, oh, aliens landed on Earth. And, but anyway, yeah, like, apparently in this movie, there is, like, several characters, people throughout the town, like the sheriff and stuff. They call bullshit on the Ghostbusters or the kids or whatever. They basically like tell like the family or whatever, like they're like, oh, you're the descendants of that guy who was a dirt farmer or whatever. And I'm just thinking throughout the entire movie, because they repeat it over and over again, and like he would go into town, buy supplies, and are you fucking kidding me? This is one of the four guys who saved the world twice, and oh my god, I mean, it is just so stupid. This guy would be getting mugged. People would be coming over to his house all the time, like, oh man, can you tell me about the time you fought the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or the time you drove the Statue of Liberty? I mean, Christ. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah, CGI Egon is weird for not talking. This I don't understand. I get that they don't want to have him sound off, but are you fucking telling me that you can't tweak the audio or find an impersonator who could do a good, Egon? I mean, no fucking way. I mean, it is so fucking weird at the end of the movie when he shows up and there's this scene, right, where it feels like it was ripped straight out of Dragon Ball Z. Phoebe is firing the proton pack, and it's almost like the father-son Kamehameha, and you see Phoebe is starting to lose to Gozer or whatever, and then CGI Egon puts his hand on hers, and then they kind of fire the proton pack somehow harder. I don't know how that works, and they activate the traps and trap, all the ghosts except for Egon somehow. I mean, you'd think he would get sucked into a trap too, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, there's a weird scene that it's supposed to be heartwarming or, sad or whatever. And, like, basically, he goes around, hugs everybody. Ray says, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't believe you," which brings me to my next point. The story makes no fucking sense. It makes absolutely no sense. In the movie, they say that Egon just took all the Ghostbusters shit, went out to the dirt farm, and nobody ever talked to him again. And well, I think maybe they might have said something, or yeah, like I think maybe Egon might have got a hold of Ray and said something, and Ray was like, "I don't believe you," or whatever. But when you look back at the old Ghostbusters, Ray was he was like the scientific type with Egon, and then you had Venkman, who was like the charisma of the team, and then you had the black guy. That's all I can really say about what's his name, Winston Zeddemore. Because I mean, honestly, Winston, he didn't have like his own brand. He wasn't a scientist. He wasn't really funny. He was just the black guy. That's all I can say. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying there for a sec. Oh yeah. So anyway, the whole story of this movie makes no sense. After he takes off and he goes out to the dirt farm and he's trying to stop Gozer, and basically Ray, he's like, "Oh, I don't believe you," or whatever. But I mean, I don't know what year, or well, I guess technically this all would have happened pretty recently, because at the beginning of the film we see the death of Egon. So you can't tell me that Egon could get a smartphone and then take videos and be like, "Look, motherfuckers, there is a well of ghosts here. I got fucking turrets set up so when they try to escape, they fire the proton streams to keep them in bay, or keep them at bay." I mean, that should be enough. I mean, I don't know who the fuck wrote this shit, but I mean, they didn't think any of this shit through. It's like they were like, "Hey, what can we do for the fans? We don't want to be like the Ghostbusters 2016, because that movie just tried way too hard and was trying to be so fucking woke. Whereas this movie feels like it's just like, hey, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this." Basically, the fan service comes first, then I guess the story, and then the characters. It's all just stupid. I hate it. Let's see, what else did I put down? Uh, Phoebe, yeah, she has no training. She's just automatically great at everything. This movie craps on Egon, makes him look like a selfish jerk in a way. Like, basically, they portray him as like, he didn't, well, I guess, he might have tried to convince Ray once or so, but I mean, he should have said something before he left and took everything. He just, hauls ass to the dirt farm, and Ray says, "Oh, he just took everything and left, and we didn't even know he left or whatever." Uh, anyway, let's see. Um, uh, oh yeah, okay. Why do the dogs need to become human to bang? So, this I don't understand. You have the two dogs, the gatekeeper and the keymaster, and basically, I guess fucking opens up the gate to Gozer. But this is what I don't get. Why do they have to be human? Why can't they just fuck, as the dogs? Do they not have genitals or something? I mean, so basically, once they're done fucking and then they open the portal to, Gozer's dimension or whatever, they get turned back into dogs. So I don't understand that. Let's see. What else did I write down? I wrote down, why is the Ecto 1 so fucking slow? I mean, when you look at it, like, maybe that model of vehicle wasn't meant to be very fast. Because, I mean, my little Hyundai, like, it can do 80 without even fucking trying. Whereas in the movie, they're hauling ass down Main Street, and he can barely get it up to 60 or 70 or something. And there's a little race car or whatever, or like a remote control car, and it's got like a ghost trap on it, and basically the Asian kid or whatever podcast or whatever, he's driving it faster than Ecto 1. So either that's a really souped up, RC car, which I don't know if they built or if Egon built it, but I don't know. To me, that felt stupid. Also, I thought the gunner seat thing, I thought that was stupid. What's funny is, well, actually, this kind of like, I have this rule where, basically, when I see a trailer, and if the trailer is good, usually, I think the movie is going to be bad. And if I see a trailer that's bad, usually I think the movie's going to be good. And for the most part, that's never really led me astray. There have been a few movies where, like, it was a good trailer and a good movie. But this movie, it had a bad trailer and it was a bad movie. Because, I mean, there were scenes in the trailer, like, where they're like, oh my god, the Ecto 1 has a gunner seat? And, I don't know, they showed some stupid shit, like Paul Rudd looking at the ghost trap, and, it was a terrible trailer. And normally, that means, okay, they're saving the good stuff for the movie. But, I mean, like I said, there's only, like, one decent scene throughout the movie, and that's when you get to see your old Ghostbusters come in and they should have saved the day. I think that, the fans would have liked that more than Phoebe saving the day and doing the father son Kamehameha. Bill Murray, like I said, he was funny. I loved him. Let's see. What else I put? Okay. Uh, well, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. Just I put down like things that are annoying. Child actors. There's a few woke scenes in this movie. I hated like Finn's black girlfriend. She is kind of a strong woman, and uh, I don't know, like there's a scene where he's working at the burger joint and he's in the freezer and she's like, "You need my jacket," and he's like, I don't need it or whatever, and I don't know. I think she forces it on him, and I don't know. It just felt very like I'm the man of the relationship, and it was annoying, and I hated it. So anyway, that's Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ugh, God, this movie sucked. I will be doing a review of Hawkeye on Disney Plus. I saw the first two episodes. Yeah, I'll save that for that review. Um, but yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say about Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like I said, terrible movie. Would not recommend it. If you see this, go on Rotten Tomatoes and give it a fucking poor score. Because, like I said, for some damn reason, it sits at like a 95. Whereas I would be like in the reverse. I would give it maybe a 10 or 15%. That's about it. Alright, guys. I'll see y'all later, and y'all, stay cool, Burberry 86 family.